Hey guys, and welcome back to Omnifactory. On to episode number 13 now, and got a few bits coming through. Getting some aluminium smelted. Yeah, thought I'd get a bit of that done off camera. Done a fair bit of work, but it's mainly been just time work really. We're out of power, which probably tells you something. This was one of the things. So we've got essentially an automatic bucket filler. If we pull it through here, it probably will explain a little bit more. So we've got an ME interface which puts an empty bucket into the chest. The fluid tank is configured to automatically pull from the chest. Then you've got conduits to bring it back down with an infinite water source on top. So that's how that one works. And if we have a look around here, yeah, I figured it was about time that I sorted my ME system out. So that's pretty much what I did. We're in a stage at the moment where applied energistics stuff is pretty much fully automated. So every single one of these is a 16K ME cell, and we're only using like 5 or 6 of them. Those 4 are empty as well. So pretty sure that that's going to last us quite a while for now. Can't see us needing too much more. I've upgraded to 4 dense energy cells, which, given the amount of power that I've been burning through, it's be needed, that's for sure. These 4 drives up here are ready for the other side of it. So if we go for applied energistics, I have 40 4K fluid storage cells. They're going to be going across the top, so that's the plan. We've got items in the bottom, fluids in the top. Seems pretty easy enough. Made a few extra recipes as well, so yeah. This is all fully automated, and you have no idea how much I am enjoying the fact that this is fully automated. Probably seen a few recipes in there. Now, major part of the automation that I've got done is set up down here. Have a elevator, and look at this, beautiful. I figured out a decent way of getting this sorted. These have all got a storage upgrade in there as well. They've got the emerald upgrade in there, because if we have a look at how much we've actually got, it's unreal. These guys are all backstacked, so they've all got some of the 64 of the pristine as well as 64 of the pulsating clay. The majority of them are all self-aware, so if we have a look through these guys, I think there's only 2 that I've made. Yeah, I made the shulker as well. If we have a look at the pristine shulker matter, you can actually get diamonds from it, so I figured that would have been a good one. Then we have the blaze, which the main reason that I'm doing this for is the sulfur, surprisingly. Blaze rods, sure, we'll probably use them further down the line, but not that important at the moment, if I'm honest. And finally, I had 1 space left, so I decided to make the wither skeleton. I'm not gonna lie. We have it set up for lead. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's set up. We've got this guy, so if we break through the back here, got a range collector, which is whitelisting these guys, and we have a interface on top of a automatic dropper, which yeah, so that's essentially our addition setup. So the way I've got it set up is it's on deactivation mode. While ever there is a item on the pressure plate, it won't drop another one. What I tend to find with this, it's slower than just having it on the normal mode itself, but it's also a lot more stable. You don't get clogs. It's something that I tend to do in the past anyway. Up here is probably where the majority of the work went in. I had to work out a way of actually sorting. Can I get up here anywhere? So this is how I ended up doing the automation for the pristine. So the way that I had it initially, where I showed it yesterday down there, it wouldn't have actually worked because it was pulling out the pristine matter from here. With this one, with them all coming out of the back, they're all going straight into that interface over there. But with this one it's quite simple. You just put one pristine in, it runs through, and it pulls out of the back. Absolutely simple as anything, really. And if I'm honest, I'm potentially looking to upgrade the limitations that we've got at the moment. So when I say limitations, I mean I'm potentially thinking of getting a drawer set up for here for the pristines and having an extra 1 or 2 stacks. At the moment it's a no-go because you've seen the state of our power. These things are power hungry, especially this guy. Basically 2,000 there. Each one of these is an extra 1,000 as well. That's half, so you're talking the best part of 6,000 to 7,000 RF a tick just to run these constantly. I've also got this set up here, so we've got some more crafting CPUs. These are 16Ks. Realistically, as I say, I've got Applied Energistics pretty much fully automated at this stage. We have the growth chamber with acceleration cards. I've managed to get acceleration cards into all of these as well, so that's that side. For this one, we have the Fluix crystal recipe. If we dig down, it's just into another automatic dropper, which this guy is whitelisted to Fluix crystals and a water pool down there. That is all that setup is. This one is for the pure stuff, so I decided to make 64 at a time. It just seems to make sense, and the way the crystal growth chamber works, it makes sense to do it that way. In this one here, this is for the charge quartz, so what that one is, it will literally just put a normal Certus quartz into here, the conduit drags it in, pulls it back out. Really simple, but really effective. These guys are pretty much full as well, so we'll be looking at a few things down the line, but that kind of brings us on to what we'll be doing today. So at the moment we are draining a lot of power. Actually, where's the power going? Okay, I forgot that that's running. I'm going to pull that out for now. What is that making? Why is that not draining? Where's the power going? I made a few changes on here as well. I do want to have a quick look at what's happening here though. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to be best off grabbing the ZPM. May as well make use of this, I guess. That can just go into there and it'll start using that as a power. Maybe we have to shift it. There we go. No? Why are you not running? Oh, sure not running, that's why. That should be fine now. Yeah, so that'll be fine for power for now. Absolutely no problem. I am tempted to make something called a CEU. Literally just to put the ZPM in and then connect it to our network, because a CEU works the exact opposite way to a CEF. So whereas CEF changes essentially the standard conduits into the GregTech stuff, the CEU works the exact opposite way, so it turns the GregTech energy EU into our RF. So not too sure, it's not that important at the moment. What have we got? And yeah, I made this into a 16 times as well, and I also put our fluid solidifier up here. If we have a look, we're up to 7,500 polyethylene sheets. I decided to put another stack of, I can't remember whether I showed it last episode, but decided to make put another stack of sulfur into here. So to say that we've used 2 stacks of sulfur, and we've still got a lot processing. It's fair to say we've got plenty of polyethylene. But what we'll be kind of working on now, I do want to claim our quests before we go any further. That's just for the last few of those guys. I'm going to start storing everything, all of the Omni pennies and stuff in here. I will be bringing those down at the end of the episode. But yeah, if we have a look up here, this is kind of what I'm going to be working towards. So plastic circuit boards are going to be really easy to automate. All we need is polyethylene sheets, copper foil and sulfuric acid. So I'm actually going to get straight into this guy. If let's think, so easiest way to do this is because yeah, so plastic circuit boards as well, just for those that aren't aware of what we'll be using to get to the refined circuits, which are the final tier 1 circuitry, and they're used in a few other little bits here and there, so as well as like tier 2 circuits as well down the line. So yeah, plastic circuit boards is definitely something that we want to be working towards at the moment. So you can essentially double your output using polyvinyl chloride, which is something that I've got marked up, and it's not hard to do, but at the moment I don't think it's actually worth doing it like that, if I'm quite honest. So if we have a look at this, we will be making, this is going to be one of the stages that I'm going to be getting to as well, polyvinyl chloride. It's made in the chemical reactor with essentially vinyl chloride and oxygen. Vinyl chloride is chlorine and ethylene. We're already producing ethylene over here, so chlorine is, and it will be this one that we'll be using, so salt water in a electrolyzer, and salt water is water and salt in a mixer. Very, very simple on that side. But salt is a little bit of an annoyance. Sulfur's fully automated, and we can get as much sulfur as we want. Salt isn't. Salt is an ore, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about that side just yet. At the moment I am going to pretty much stick to this recipe here though, and we'll have to essentially deal with the hydrochloric acid off of the back of that side. But yeah, I'm going to start off by opening the back up here. Let me break in here a bit. There we go. I'm going to want our screwdriver, this one, and one of our infinite water sources. There we go. Made a few extra of those just to kind of test how it was all working, if I'm quite honest. To get the system running kind of at its peak speed at the moment, I think you need about 6 buckets, because it will craft a few at the same time. So yeah, that's what I figured. I've got a few buckets in there anyway, but yeah, so that's fine there. Get those 2 down, because they're going to be what's producing our... Ooh, that's going to do the same. Get rid of the sand. There we go. Screwdriver the back of this guy. Get the infinite water in there. So that's working fine. And essentially I could have just piped sulfuric acid from this guy across to this one, but the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to have it fully automated as well. There is method to the madness. Anyway, so that's that one. That's going to get the sulfuric acid, if I'm right. Yeah, so it's going to be this recipe. So we're going to get 3 buckets per sulfur, which then we only will be using 125 millibuckets of that with 1 of each of these. So that's not a problem. I'm going to also... Is there anything waiting? No. I need to grab a storage bus. Did I not make any? Yeah, I need at least one storage bus. And a interface. And we also need some conduits. Let me grab some item conduits. Probably grab a stack, fair enough. And some fluid conduits. So, for this guy, let me grab my Yeta wrench as well. Actually, might have just had a bit of a change of heart. Because of how I want to be making the... Yeah, so because of how I'm going to be making the polyvinyl chloride, I'm going to move these guys over. Fill this in for now. There we go. These are going to be on the last two, so let's think about this side. Get in here. Screwdriver the back so we can allow input. Get the water back in. Okay, that side is all good. Then in the back, I need to grab a crate. Crate. There we go. So the crate's going to go there, and then we're going to have our interface here. I think this one will work. So if we pop the interface there, that will mean that anything that goes into the interface will go into that one. I want to set that to blocking mode. That's filling up with water. Okay, then we need a couple of item conduits and a couple of fluid conduits. And the way it's going to work is we'll be extracting always from the crate. And the way that I'm going to get the pattern set up is essentially to fire one piece of sulfur, and what do we get? We get 8 per, so one piece of sulfur and 24 polyethylene sheets and 24 copper foils to make 24 plastic circuit boards, and that will fully automate this side itself. So that's fine there. We want this guy to be insert on green, this guy to be insert on green, this guy to be insert on brown, not extracting. That one doesn't need to extract at all, and this one can extract always on brown. And I need a couple of... Ooh, we're out of power. It's what is actually taking all of the power here? Why are you not... Wait a second. What's happening here? Have I disconnected something? Let me squeeze in back here. Where's our energy acceptor? It's not here. Did I take it downstairs? I'm a little bit worried. Not gonna lie. What have I done? I suppose you'll get to see a bit of the cabling up here if you was wondering. Just goes straight across. So energy acceptor's there. Okay, you know where it is. So it's back here. It's there. You should be getting power. Why are you not? What is happening? Is something kind of power hogging at the moment? I know that we are very short at the moment. See, that's going up though. Something is not right. What about if I temporarily do that? Okay. Not entirely sure what was causing that. And that's a little bit worrying because that's the first time that's ever done that. Okay. I'll have to keep an eye on that side. Anyway, let me grab sulfur. So 1 piece of sulfur, copper, foil. We need 24. That's fine. And what was it? It was polyethylene. Oh, we can't see that quite yet. That's why. So yeah, I'm going to put the storage bus onto the back of the polyethylene sheets. Basically, is how it's going to work on that side. So sulfur, that's fine. Polyethylene sheets. There we go. And copper foils, beautiful. If I go into processing mode, clear that. So 24 of you, 24 of you, and 1 of you. Get that side ready. Then I need the item filters, which I should have some left over. We do. 2 of those. Easiest way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go like that, and then we shall split them up and turn one to a blacklist. It is as simple as that. Then on the insert filter, it should be whitelist in you. Make sure, yep. And blacklist in this one. Perfect. So, in theory, make sure that that's extract, turn that off. Insert, extract. I think if I went and put that in there and those in there, this should make us 24 plastic circuit boards. In theory, that's the idea. Let's have a look. So yeah, 3 buckets, that's fine. Perfect. So yeah, that's running through absolutely without any issues. And it's also, it's a little bit slower, so there was another way that I could have automated it, which was to have a export bus of sulfur, which honestly it's not too bad, and I don't know, part of me is a little bit tempted to change that down the line, but I just figured this was going to be the easiest way for now. And yeah, so that's going straight into this guy. Nothing's connected obviously at the moment, but that's fine. What I'm going to go and do now is grab some conduits. Ooh, we're a little bit short actually. I suppose I did go through a fair few down below. So that's that one. We will need the storage bus, which is made fine. Glass cables. Grab all of those actually, because I can make a few extras. What do we need? So rubber. I need 1 for the storage bus. The rest can all go through. So grab rubber. Grab 10 of these. Should be fairly quick. Ooh, grab the wrong thing. There we go. Bring that over here. So that's getting the rubber ready to make the conduits around the back. Still not entirely sure what's going on here. I'm hoping that if I put this back it'll be fine now. You shouldn't be draining power. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that. That was weird. It definitely shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, we want to grow around the back, down here. Oh, we can't quite go through that. We'll have to dodge that side. Bring it through here. There we go. Get to the back of the crate, which should be anywhere here. So yeah, that's the crate. Forgot that was going to be there. And we want to pop our storage bus on the back with a glass conduit, glass cable. Then eventually we will get to the interface, which I think could be here. Oh, it's here. There we go. Conduit on the back of that guy. There we go. That's how that side's gonna go. Then we'll bring it around the side once we've got a few more of the conduits ready. Go and grab the rubber. Here we go. Rubber. Pop all of that right in there. Then it's just some conduit binders. Conduit binder. And it was, what was it? It was cable. I should be able to find it. Couldn't remember what it was called. Not gonna lie. Here we go. Check all that line there. With that, let that run through. Store away the rest of that guy. Hopefully, no, that's not quite done yet. Essentially, I want to get that pattern sorted. Pull the rest of that out. Conduits. There we go, up to half a stack again. Then we can pop the soldering alloy back in. There we go. Store some of our unneeded stuff at the moment, so that can store that as well. Keep the rest of it on us for now. Go, bring it round. And in theory, as soon as I connect it to that one, everything will be back online. I'm going to wait for this to finish though, so that I can just grab the... In fact, is there any point? Probably not. Quickly grab the exchanger as well. Let's see what we can get rid of here. There we go, get rid of that one, that one, that one. So yeah, that'll do for now back there. It's one of those things where if I didn't change it, it would have annoyed me so much. But yeah, this is working fine. So all of the sulfuric acid has been used, all of the polyethylene and all of the copper foils have been used. So that's working without any problems. I can connect that onto there, pull this around here. There we go, cover that all back up. Then that makes 24 of those guys. We'll make that pattern. Go, chuck that in there. Now I'm going to give that a quick test. So let's say we want some circuit boards. We want 100 of those. That will take its time, but it will get done. So it should be exporting. In fact, it's going to need to craft the foils first. But yeah, that should be absolutely fine. And in fact, I'm going to turn that off because it doesn't actually need to be on blocking mode with the filters. Is this working? What are we waiting for? Oh, we're just waiting on the copper. So yeah, that's crafting 24, so in theory this should be all up and running. So we've got sulfuric acid being made, that's going in there, another sulfur into that one, brings it across, working absolutely to a peach. So that's very happy with that side, that's for sure. So we've got our plastic circuit boards ticked off. Wonderful. Let's have a look at our polyvinyl chloride then. So polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, is something that we're probably going to have a semi-manual setup, similar to the polyethylene at the moment. I'm not feeling a fully automated setup just yet, but I'll have a look into that, that's for sure. Got what we need here, so let's have a look at this side. So looking at the setup, that's working through fine. We shall go like this. So mixer, electrolyzer, and 2 chemical reactors. That one should work fine. Yeah, so I think that's everything that we need. So what we're going to need also is infinite water sources. I think we need 2. Pickaxe. So we definitely need 1 to go into the mixer, which I need to get to the back of it. Oops. Where is the sand anyway? Not entirely sure where that actually is. Anyway, that should allow water into that one. Perfect. There we go. So with this one itself, we'll just be putting salt into here, and that will run through without any problems. I'm going to grab a little bit of salt just to get it up and running. So I think I'm 100% going to be ore doubling this stuff, just because it's yeah, we don't have a lot of it, that's for sure. I need to find, I think that this one, I think is it below us that there's a lot of rock salt? I think that this down here has a lot of salt, so I'll have to have a look into that off camera, that's for sure. If it is, I'll get the miner onto that. That's 100% going to happen. Anyway, so salt. Yeah, so you get 6 per, which is quite nice. Not in the compressor, into the macerator. Takes its time, and we're still processing through the last of the redstone ore. That's how much of that stuff I got. We are getting a lot of, so I've also been kind of centrifuging the rare earths. That's pyrite dust. I'm gonna store that like that. Yeah, rare earth. So been getting a fair bit of this, and I've been centrifuging it down. So if we have a look, we've got a lot of these ores. So cerium, lanthanum, cadmium, yttrium. We're getting a lot of that, which is something that we'll be using further down the line. That's for sure. Anyway, that's that one. Now, yeah, so that's going to be working that fine. Electrolyzer. So if we work our way up, I need to grab some salt first. Salt. We've got some rock salt as well, actually. Impure salt. I think this just centrifuges down. It does. Quickly change that around. Yeah, the redstone takes 10 years. I am 100% regretting doing that. But at the same time, rare earth is something that we will be using, so it's like, I am going to need it eventually. May as well. Anyway, 6 salt will do for now, just to kind of see how everything's up and running. So There we go. Doesn't take too long to process the salt, so I'm quite happy about that one. So anyway, there we go. Salt water is incredibly quick to do. Now, salt water, if we have a look at this guy, we need an item conduit because we need to get rid of the sodium hydroxide dust, which we will be using further down the line because it's actually used in making epoxy resin. So we'll be using that down the line. We want to be storing that. And if we have a look at the tiny piles, is it this one? Yeah, so this is also used in making biodiesel, which is used in the diesel generator. So that's kind of the next stage of power as well. So a few different things, the byproducts of this one we'll be using further down the line. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. Fluid. Let's think. So I've got my Yater wrench, fluid conduit here, Yater wrench out. Helps if I have it set to fluids. There we go. So we don't want that connecting. That's fine. It shouldn't have affected anything. No, that's fine. How are we doing here? So yeah, that's just pulling everything through. That's going absolutely beautiful. So salt water wants to go into this guy. Now, the plan of action for this is to join it up with this line of cabling. So what was kind of the last? This one should be the last one. So cyan, anything after cyan, we're good. Light grey, sure, we'll extract on light grey into the electrolyzer. Insert, get rid of those. That one, extract. I'll take the salt water across. Go, so 12 buckets of that. Should get, I think it's one of each. Yeah, so 1 bucket of chlorine, 1 bucket of hydrogen, and some sodium hydroxide dust. So that's working absolutely fine. That is also one of our quests as well, isn't it? So we need to make these guys actually. Gallium and Neil. Okay, that's fine. They're very easy to do, and I pretty much already have the recipes set up, I want to say. No. I thought I did. Oh no, I've got all of the byproducts set up to make those as well. So, let me have a look. So SMD needs gallium plates and annealed copper wires. Okay. Annealed copper wires. Let's make 100 of those. And gallium plates. We shall make 20 of those. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Get those running through. Might as well get those done while we're at it as well. Anyway, so chlorine is coming into the chemical reactor, as that's the step before, so that's fine. So that needs ethylene and chlorine in. Now, which one is our ethylene? Ethylene's coming from this guy here. So we want it inserting on, was that magenta? Purple. Is that the right one? It is. I'm also going to grab some fluid filters because part of me doesn't trust how I've got this set up. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. So, into this guy we want ethylene and chlorine. Right? Ooh, actually, will that work? I don't think it's going to work on that side. No, so this guy will have to extract both hydrogen and chlorine. At the moment the hydrogen is going into here on purple. Oh, actually, it's going in on purple. Are we extracting on purple? Hold the phone. extract on purple, ethylene. Have I managed to... Does that work? Extract on purple. Purple. Insert on purple with a fluid filter. And this is going to be filtered with ethylene. Ethylene. Polyethylene, no. This guy here. Helps if I actually click into it. Ethylene, yes. And what else was it? It was chlorine. Chlorine. Yes. So that's one way you can also filter this thing as well, if you didn't know. I'm actually going to grab a bucket of chlorine, just so that I've got one ready for the quest. So grab a bucket of that. Yeah, so that's working fine. Okay, so if I set this to extract always, that's taking the chlorine, hydrogen is left, that's fine. I think this guy is set up with a whitelist for hydrogen. Yeah, so hydrogen is only going to go into there, that is perfect. We set up the final chemical reactor, so this guy here is going to be producing our that'll be producing our vinyl chloride, right? Yeah, ethylene and chlorine produces vinyl chloride and hydrochloric acid. So this is going to be the final connection here. Nothing should be coming out of that, right? Oh, no, that's ethylene. That's what we wanted. Perfect. I got a little bit worried for a second. No, that's fine. So that's working. That's in there. Okay. That's that one. Thinking... if I set the extract round robin, okay, so that's fine. Round robin enable should mean that the polyethylene sheets and these guys gets the same amount, hopefully. That's the idea. Anyway, take that off inserts for a second. We've just run through light grey, so we want to be inserting on grey, and we want to, yes, I'm going to put everything back into this one fluid solidifier, so we want to extract on cyan, is it? Inserting, yes, extract on cyan, always active. Okay, so this guy is going to extract on grey. This guy wants a fluid filter on the insert to whitelist. Ooh, hold on a second, because extract on purple. Ooh, I may have... Hold on. How is this guy working? Okay, that uses oxygen as well. Okay. 'Cause I may need to extract slightly differently then. How can I get this guy? Essentially, I'm not wanting to make... I could make another electrolyzer and just push it a bit further. It would mess the setup a little bit up. The plan was to use this guy to fill both this guy and this guy, but I think it's probably going to be this one. No, it is this one. But I think considering how slow this thing is anyway, I'm going to make another one. Shouldn't be too hard to actually make with what we've got on us. Electrolyzer. Have a look. So electric furnace. This guy here. Hopefully I've got everything. Yeah, so we've got everything already. Infinite water source. Already got one on us. That's fine. I do need... I'm going to temporarily take this guy off action. Don't need anything back there just yet. Temporarily, I'll sort it out off camera, it's just a little bit easier. Extend this guy out here. I could just break this entire wall down. Okay. I like the sound of that, what we're looking at. Yep, fine. Get rid of this entire thing. That'll do for now. And we want the energetic there. Does mean that I'm going to have to connect these guys back up, which I didn't want to do. That's a little bit annoying. But I can easily fix that. So, what are we on? We've gone through to grey, haven't we? That's what we're on down here. Yeah, so that's fine. I'll change the colours over. So, grey, pink, absolutely sure. We'll insert on. Insert on green with a filter. Yeah, it's this guy here. Insert on pink. Then we want to go through the back. Put the electrolyzer in. Screwdriver the back. Infinite water source. And a fluid conduit on the top. There we go. So oxygen wants to go into this guy, so we're inserting on grey. Connect those up. Shouldn't make a difference. So yeah, extract on grey. Not always active just yet. We need to filter this guy so that it only accepts the stuff that we need. So we need oxygen and vinyl chloride. That's fine. Vinyl chloride and oxygen. Should be this one, I think. Is it this one? Which one does it produce? Hold on a second. Electrolyzing water. Gets Greg Tech Community Oxygen. Okay. That wants to go in here. So is it this guy? This guy? Oxygen plasma. Okay. Which one is it? New plan. I'm gonna make some fluids in here. It will take its time, but I'll make sure that I get the right one. Okie dokie. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna grab some annealed wires and some gallium plates in here, and we want some polyethylene sheets. I think off camera as well. Ooh. Remember when I said I didn't need this? Of course I do. Advanced extractor, fluid extractor. Very temporarily. Yeah, there we go. Fluid extractor. There we go. Polyethylene. Of course I need that now. Okay, make sure this has come through. So it's this guy here. Grab a bucket. Go. Grab some oxygen. Which one was it? See, that didn't. I swear that did. This was. It didn't show up right. I'm not just being an idiot. There's always a chance I am, because I am an idiot. But anyway, right. That guy can now extract. Always active. Should take it across. Thank you. Hydrochloric acid is staying there. Okay, that's fine. I do have a feeling that I'm going to need to grab a bucket of that, so I'm going to just keep that there for now. And I'm also going to grab this guy. Oh, that full. Oh, that's got some soldering alloy already in it. Grab this. Polyethylene, that's fine. Get some of these guys run through. Pull some out. For the quest. Store them away. See where we're going down. Yeah, so we're going down this line here. It's easy enough. Gallium again with platinum wires. If we have a look, we should have got platinum wire set up. We don't. Okay. Do I have any platinum? I don't actually have any platinum. Okay. I can quickly grab some. Was it? Yeah, that's fine. There is a platinum ore vein down there. How easy is this to ore double? Or whatever it is on this one, so 2 per 20 seconds. Pulverization 10 seconds. I am going to smelt 4 down and I will ore double the rest. How's that sound? Platinum. Go. Gallium. Grab some of that. Grab the platinum wire back. There we go. Okie dokie. That's running through fine. And if you are wondering, if we have a look at SMD, so these guys are used as a, it's the next tier in the automation. So if we have a look at our tier 1 circuits, using these guys, so the resistors are in place, SMG resistors are in place of the normal resistors, and that's what they used in the circuitry. So if you was wondering, that's what these guys are for. Platinum, easy enough. Is that not what it was? Small pile. Oh, I've got tiny piles, haven't I? Yes. Tiny, tiny. Which one is it? Middle? No. Bottom left? Yes. There we go, we'll get a stack of that. I knew it was one of them. Anyway, get these guys run through, and I'll grab them out once done for the quest. I also got the chlorine quest, so I'm going to see if that actually opened it up. Okay, so no, it just takes us straight to polyvinyl chloride. That's fine. I'm going to pop the chlorine in there, get that one running in. Grab some of these for the quest. Thanking you. Final one is SMD resistors, which is carbon and electrum wire. Again, really simple. Should be able to get some electrum wire really easily. Grab 100 of that, why not? Carbon, got a ton of that as well, so that's easy enough as well. SMD, I think that just leaves the transistors. No, we've got transistors. Capacitors is the one. So for capacitors we need to get the thin polyvinyl chloride sheets. Thought that should be okay. It's just called thin polyvinyl chloride sheets. Okay, that's fine. Okie dokie. Anyway, that's in there. This should be running through for oxygen. It is. Now this should be inserting on grey, so we'll set that active. That should work now. We need to get rid of the hydrogen first, just to make sure I get the right one. I'm going to grab the bucket and filter. Whitelist hydrogen, and we want to get ourselves another one of these guys. Fluid trash can. What is it called? Fluid trash can. Of course we can't make it. Iron plates. Trapdoor is what? Iron plates and a hammer. Satchel's there. Hammer. Iron plates. 4. Go. Hammer for the trapdoor. And then it was trapdoor on the top. Iron plates around it. There we go. This guy can just sit on top of this one. There we go. That's going to be just an insert. Turn it off for a second. On grey, I think. Yeah, insert on grey. With a whitelist for hydrogen. Inserts. I should get rid of that. And transfer the oxygen across over here. If that's been done right. It has. There we go. That's moving across. Vinyl chloride. Why is that not? Vinyl chloride. Air. Oxygen. Oh, I'm missing the program circuit. Easy mistake to make. Circuit. That's going to automatically start making some more, isn't it? Why is that still... Oh, that's still crafting that, really? That takes its time, that's for sure. Anyway. Program circuits. Configuration 0 in there. And that is how it's done. Polyvinyl chloride. Beautiful. And then extract is on always active already. Polyethylene stuck in there. Polyvinyl chloride. Hey, there we go. Grabbing some of those sheets. So that's that side done. And yeah, so that's going to kind of mix it up. I'm going to get another drawer in here for the polyvinyl chloride. I know that I've already made a spare drawer controller, so I might just change that across now. But honestly, I've got everything that I need out of that just a second. Resistors, electrum and carbon. Let's get these run through. So electrum wires. Got the carbon on us. That's making that, obviously. Just pull that out for a second, put some more soldering alloy in. There we go. Polyethylene back in for a second. Grab those through. Pull those out. Get the quest. And it is in the cluster mill. 4 of those. And what was it? I think it was aluminium as well, was it? Yeah, aluminium foil. Aluminium foil. Helps if I can actually type. 12 of those, that's easy enough. Get those on in. Shouldn't be too long. Wait for that to come through. Can trap those guys off. Aluminium foils. Go throw those guys in there. And beautiful SMD capacitors, so they'll all go through, get that sorted there as well. Store a few bits in there. And plastic substrate, so plastic circuit boards. Apparently we needed to do all of that before we should have got into that. That was the easiest part of it. Plastic circuit boards. Here we go. And yeah, so this is led straight across into these. So refined circuitry, the third and final tier 1, as it says here. So with all of the SMD components ready, you can start to churn out refined circuits. These will be the tier 1 circuits you'll be using into endgame, so get them fully automated. Clearly what we'll be doing anyway. I think that's pretty much gonna call it for this episode. Yeah, I think we've done enough, that's for sure. I think off camera I will be getting through into HV. So HV is mainly a lot of vibrant alloy, which really is not hard at all. So where is it? It is, if we just pull any of these, so HV machine hull, polyethylene we've got on tap, stainless steel again, we've got that automated as well. HV machine case, oh, it's stainless steel, not HV, not vibrant alloy. Vibrant alloy is the wires, that's fine. Again, either way, that's not hard to make. Stainless steel is literally just in a blast furnace, like so, and we have that automated stainless steel. We just need to actually get the dust recipe. So can I make the dust? Stainless steel dust. It's there. This recipe right here, unless it's a easy one. I think that's the same, is it? That's exactly the same. That will be the recipe we'll use, and pretty much everything there is relatively easy to get. They're all the base ores. You can get them just from smelting the ores straight down. We've got a ton of ruby for the chrome if needs be, but yeah, I'm gonna call that a day. That's I'm fairly happy with this one. I'll get a few things changed off camera. Tempted to get another blast furnace set up as well, just to speed a few things up here and there, but yeah, we've got 2 polyvinyl chloride. Hydrochloric acid I will sort out off camera as well. I have a feeling that what I'm going to do with hydrochloric acid is just store it for now in the ME system. That might be one of our first discs that we get set up. But yeah, I'm going to call it for today. If you did enjoy and you are going to be sticking around, do hit that subscribe button to stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.